Hey, y'all, I'm going to tell you the two places any of your pain or sadness or any type of negative news comes from and how to avoid it. So, my name is Ashra. I give you all funny content and motivational content, some life sauce. If y'all like what you see, please hit that subscription button below. Please follow my TikTok. It's astro0.0 the goat. And please follow my Instagram at astronomicalkid7. So, let's jump straight into it. The reason you guys feel sad, pain, or any type of negative emotions is for one, which is the easiest thing you could probably already guess this, it's what you are actually experiencing, right? So you actually, let's say your friend died, like knock on wood, let's say you had some bad news, you wanted to pass this test a lot, you've been studying your ass off and you failed, and it's like, damn, like I really thought I was that guy, right? So that's what the experiencing self. I'm about to hop in a car. Hopefully, there's no static in the mic. That's what the experience itself is. It's like one of your brain. The way your brain collects information for majority of us is something happens and the amygdala fires first. So when the amygdala fires first, it's like that's your emotional response. So usually when you get some terrible news, wait like 2 3 seconds before you make a decision. Don't just jump straight into the first decision because it's usually the wrong one. So that's number one, the experiencing self. Number two, majority of y'all don't know about this. Just give me a second. I'm gonna get my laptop out my trunk. I knew this shit was in here. Oh, by the way, y'all, I make clothing. If you guys want some hats or any of the drip, let me know. This is it's from my brand called Angels Grove. Pretty lit. I got some hoodies in here, but I'm not. That's not the point of the video. Anyway, so damn, I dropped everything. God damn. So anyway, number two. What is number two, Astro? It is the expectation. It is your desire. This is where 99% of your sadness comes from, right? And I say this because the experiencing self is what you go through in the moment. So what you actually see, what you actually like happens. Like my boy could get shot right now. I don't know why I'm being so morbid, but my boy could get shot right now in front of my face, and it's like I just experienced it. But then everything after that, you have a buffer zone of like getting over it, right? And the people who prolong it more and are stuck thinking about this years down the line are the people who have that issue with the disconnect of the desire. So what do you mean by desire, Henry? Astro. I mean, when it comes down to okay, this happened, this is my new reality, let's live to it. That is very rare in individuals. A lot, like 99% of the world, something happens and their longing of how the world in their head was, their longing of how the old world used to be, the good old times. People always talk about 2016 was the best year, or 20 this whatever year that is not the present time. That is where majority of their negative emotions come from. They can't accept reality as it is. And granted, I don't even think that's wrong. I don't even think it's right for me to say that's wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because I get it. People go through grievances, and people don't read too much. Like, if you're watching this, you probably read, but like a lot of people don't read as much as me, so they don't get these tips. They don't get this sauce. Like I know how to get the sauce, right? So I learned this from Stoicism books, right? So your desire for something to be what is not causes you to be in a state of not having enough, not being grateful, not having gratitude, right? You look over at the next bird, this person has something you want, and instead of being happy for them and thinking I could get it too, you get envious, like he doesn't deserve it, she doesn't deserve it, I deserve it. And this happens on a subconscious level, right? So how do we get to the level where we are able to be able to accept reality the way it is? It's hard, man. You have to be able to meditate on it. You have to be able to sit down. This is why when someone that doesn't like you back, you have that fear of loss and you want them even more. And it's like if you just accepted what it was, the facts, you would be way happier. And honestly, I don't even recommend being completely happy. I recommend just being content. Because when you're super happy, the crash is bigger. The higher you go, the higher they are, the bigger they are, the farther they fall, right? Same thing. The lower you are, the higher you can go back up, right? So you have to be able to take everything as it is. I'm not saying don't have aspirations and be striving for better. That's definitely what I recommend for everybody. But in that regard, I say just keep it keep it pushing, and just accept life for what it is, man. Life is beautiful if you give it an opportunity to be beautiful. A lot of y'all don't give life an opportunity to unfold because you're trying to control everything. You're trying to program everything. And I don't blame some of y'all. Some of y'all, this is a traumatic response from when you were young and you felt like you didn't have control. So now you want the world to cater to what you want. And it's like, life doesn't work that way. Life isn't fair. You see someone, grandma passed and they got $250,000, and you, if your parents passed today, you would be in debt. Life isn't fair. You have to make the best out of it. And I heard this from a Stoicism book. It's called a Enchiridion or something by Epictetus. And it's saying not everybody is meant to climb out of the hole. If you're not given the right cards in life, not everybody's meant to climb out of the hole. Some people have to be content with not being their best self. Some people have to be content with living crappy lives. And you got to be able to find that happiness and find the joy in the little things in that crappy life. Personally, me, I'm not content. Like with my situation, if you've been following my piano, I'm gonna give y'all a little quick story. But with my situation, I'm not content, and I have to strive for more because I've seen people want to see you fail when you're giving them the best your all. I had a situation with some people in my life who I thought were friends. Me and an ex broke up, and then not only my boss, one of the dudes who I used to think was at least an acquaintance of mine, one of my coworkers, they're all trying to sleep with this girl, all doing it behind my back. When I went to one of them asking for advice, I'm like, oh, we broke up, what can we do? He didn't really give me advice, but then went to her and said, yo, I'm showing everybody. I was showing everybody our breakup message, which I wasn't. I showed 2, 3 people max. And I got yelled at by this girl for 20, 30 minutes when she was showing people our intimate videos. My boss stopped scheduling me at work. He rations me out schedules here and there because he wanted to smash her, talking about let me see your soul. I have all the texts, bro. I have all the texts. Another dude coworker who I always had a gut feeling about him, and I asked this ex, I'm like, yo, do you guys have something on? And they were both gaslighting me. He was like, no, I would never do anything to disrespect our friendship. And she was crying like, oh my gosh, like, why do you think that? And as soon as we break up, this guy's asking for head. Every time we had an argument during our relationship, he was like, yo, leave her. Don't be doing wifey stuff. Like, I've been through a lot. And this, imagine finding all this out in one night. A lot of this would break people down. They would go crash out and say, yo, let me quit this job. And honestly, I did go through that phase. And I did go through that phase, and it hurt. I cried multiple times. But it's what I needed to see the ugliness of human nature, to see how people will take your kindness for weakness for no reason. All those guys, not one thing that I do bad to them. And if you look at Stoicism philosophy again, it's like a lot of times when people do stuff to you to try to get you down, you have to realize, if you read about human nature, a lot of times it's a trauma response. You can't internalize and think they're doing it to you. Like sometimes it doesn't matter who's in an equation, they would have still done it. Right? You got to look at people as rocks. Like it can't really phase you. I'm not saying don't level up and boss up and make sure you're so successful that none of those people could ever reach you. Right? I uphill battle to climb. I'm going against. I'm a young 27-year-old man. I'm going against all these guys that wanted to see me fail are all older than me. My ex was 32. My boss is definitely in his 60s. This other dude, the coworker, he's like 33, and the other dude that I used to consider acquaintance, he's an ex lawyer, so he has money. He grew up financially with money, and like he's in his 40s, 50s. I got a chip on my shoulder. But if I ruminate on this every day, I don't have the energy to push forward. I use the pain and the fact that this happened to me as a part of my story. Now I could tell you guys. Now I can help you guys. Now every time I see a narcissistic tendency or that, I'm gonna write it down and make a video about it. Everything I've done that I have failed in life, I want you guys to avoid, because I've had situations where I have lost $17,000. Um, this situation I just explained, and myriad other situations. You know, man, like, and it hurts thinking about it, but it's like, I look at the world like this. Whatever happens to you, you can use it as motivation, as fuel for why you became such a badass mofo. We could use it as a reason for why you are the GOAT. Or you could use it as why you couldn't achieve your dreams. You could use it as an excuse. And quite frankly, everyone that doubted you said, oh yeah, I knew he would give up. I knew this would happen. And you're gonna make them right. So would you rather your haters' prediction be right about you, or would you rather your prediction be right? The choice is ultimately yours. You can't, anything that fails in your life that you have control, you cannot blame anybody else. Oh, like I remember it took quote by Andrew Tate, and he said, "Oh, like I lost this fight once because he was injured or something, right? Like he had woke up like hella sick, I think, or one injury or something, and he lost." You think everyone said, "Oh, Andrew's amazing and he lost because he's injured"? No, no one remembers the loser. No one remembers the dude that comes in second place, unless you put up such a crazy performance like that guy from Turkey who was a shooter with no equipment on. Yeah, people will remember you if you put on a crazy game. Like Super Bowls, Super Bowl 2013 with the, was it 2013 with the Patriots and the Seahawks. That was definitely one golden one. But guess what? At the end of the day, when people look at the trophy, they're not seeing the loser side. You don't get a loser trophy. You get a runner-up trophy, buddy. Do you want your life to be a runner-up life, or do you want to look back and say, "Yeah, I did that"? Do you want to look at your life and see someone who has low self-esteem because every time he wanted to do something, he let the world beat him down, beat her down? Look, I make this quote, and quote me. I don't care. Patent this. Quote me every time you use this, please. And oh, by the way, if you guys getting good sauce, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Cause y'all be, I've checked my statistics and I had 446 returning subs. So y'all be coming back for the sauce and I follow. Come on, bro, lock in, gang. But if you let the world tell you who you are, they will tell you they're garbage because people don't like when you do better than them. People don't. They could smile in your face and pretend they do, but behind closed door they'll be talking the most. And this could be the nicest people smiling to your face. The dude at work who wanted my ex to cheat on me while we were dating. And I had the gut feelings. Always trust your gut and your instincts, by the way. I'll put my phone down. First time when he seen me after a hiatus, because my boss wasn't giving me shifts and I had to like kind of pull some strings to kind of finesse the shift. He's like, "Yo, what are you saying, fam? What are you dealing with?" And I was looking at him like, it's a cold world, bro. It's a cold world. People will smile in your face like, "Yeah, same with the boss." He's like, "Ah!" Behind my back, they want to see me feel and suffer. Because guess what? A lot of people who aren't good in their head, sick. Not everybody's sane, by the way. Well, that's why you look at people when you're in grade 3, grade 6, they be throwing temper tantrums, peeing in the hallways. I ain't gonna lie, that was me. I peed in the hallway once. I got ratted out. I tried to throw that shit in there like it was normal. Right? People who are 32 peeing the bed still, right? That was a subtweet to somebody. And I'll say the name if they ever try to press me, by the way. Yeah, like you gotta realize there's a lot of unsane people when you were young. What do you think happened when they grew up? You think someone who just always angry is a normal person? You guys have to stop thinking everybody's normal. Some people are not, right? So you cannot let them, I repeat, you cannot let them get you emotional. Right? If someone coming here, notice your tendency, notice how you get before you get upset, right? Like before, for me, I should make a video about this next, right? But for me, before I get upset, my stomach starts to gargle, like my stomach starts to get hot, and that's why I know, like, I might have to step back a little bit, right? A lot of times, people will push you to the edge and want you to crash out so they can play defensive abuse, right? So I say this to say, man, your life is what it is. Regardless how you look at it, you can't get this person back. And you might think, "Yo, I could change this person or I can make this person love me." Sure, learn some tricks. Sure, read some books. But you are the only one with the power to change things. If you're going to get an inheritance when someone dies, don't wait around being a bum ass dude till that person dies. Work on your skills so you can elevate and double, triple, flip that. I know school sucks. You don't want to do it. But do it, bro. Because at the end of the day, at least have a skill or something that if you're in a situation like mine, and your boss wants to smash your girl or your ex, and they're the one with the sole responsibility of giving you shifts, and they say, "Hey, you know what? I don't want to give him shifts. Ha, I'm gonna tell this girl too that yeah, he wanted a shift. I ain't gonna give it to him," and they gonna laugh. Oh, haha, we have so much power over him. You you will lose the need of feeling like you have to control stuff, or feeling that desire when you have options. And the way you get options is by doing the work, right? If you're talking about dating, date around. I'm not saying sleep around, especially if you're a girl, but date around, right? Find out what's good. Find enough skills that even if one person's being a fuck ass nigga, you can still go get another job easy because you are beneficial to the marketplace. Don't let these guys play you for no sucker. People gonna try to play you for a sucker and smile in your face, right? If your gut is telling you something, believe it. If someone showed you, if someone's always super happy and you see something that they do to somebody, and you're like, oh, your brain wants to say, oh, that's an anomaly because they're always nice. But people put on these masks for a reason. Sometimes those anomalies are who they really are. Believe people. I trust everybody. If you follow me for a while, you know what that means. I trust a thief to be a thief. I trust a cheater to be a cheater. I trust a bitch ass nigga to be a bitch ass nigga. And if you're a bitch and your beta ass don't want to go to the gym, it's okay. It'd be like, yo, I'm being a little bitch. And get up and take it one day at a time. Try to set a streak. Don't try to miss 2 days in a row. You are your own best friend and worst critic. You have to be able to give yourself harsh truths like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? Get your lazy fat ass off the couch. Stop getting dust the Dorito chips off your mouth and get to work. Let's get active. Work on that business if you have to. Rich Cooper says, leave a dent in the universe. Do it. Make your mark. People chase instant gratification and pussy and drugs and stuff like they're gonna die tomorrow, but when it comes to their dreams, they move like they're gonna live to 100. Okay, let's say for example you do live to 100. Let's say you're the lucky few. At least 40% of your life is gone because you are working, you are waiting in line, you are sleeping. You don't have all 100 years. So let's say now you are the normal person, which most likely you are. Even if you're super built and super ripped, is no guarantee you're gonna live to 100. Let's say you die at 80, and even then it's kind of like good. Let's say 85. Well, you school for what, 10, 20 years? That's 75, 65, right? Now you're waiting in line. Waiting in line, I think for lineups is what, at least 2 to 3 years. You in the 50s now, you the late 60s. You're talking about time for sleep. Cut that down to 50 years. Like if you're talking about actual time, you have about 20, 30, 40, 50 years if you are lucky. Use it. I know people who I thought would live with me till I was 80. They didn't even make it to 25. They died. One girl I knew died in high school from horse tranquilizer. Right? Guys, lock in, man. This video is longer than I needed to be, so I'm gonna make it a two-part. But yeah, lock in, guys. Big brother Astro.